love. Revolutionary, radical, transformative love. The kind of love that transcends borders and binaries. Love that calls forward the inherent beauty and worth in each one of us and flows our gifts forward in cycles of healing and regeneration. Love that embraces us all in a warm hug of trust, belonging, and safety. The kind of love of humanity that does justice to the word philanthropy. I came to believe in this kind of love in an unexpected way. I was on a bike tour with a group of young environmental activists, and we were cycling across the Maritimes, engaging schools and communities in sustainable living. But only a week into our tour, on a big ride from Fredericton to St. John, a driver of a tractor trailer, in a moment of inattention, slid into the shoulder of the quiet highway that we were riding on and collided with 3 of my teammates, killing one. In an instant, my whole world just turned upside down. Andrew was 23. I was 23. How could this happen? We were all devastated and in shock as emergency services shuttled us to the nearby town of Grand Bay Westfield, population 5,000. When we arrived, the local church, they just opened their doors to us and held us, This immediate sanctuary, it became a week-long shelter as we healed. Every single day, community members would show up with warm meals, baked goods, clean laundry. They helped us run errands, and they took us to the hospital to visit our injured teammates. This tiny town with the biggest heart offered what they could give, expecting nothing in return. And it was exactly what we needed to get back on our feet and eventually back on our bikes. It was a love of humanity, a gift unlike anything I'd ever experienced.
When it comes to love, nature was my teacher. I grew up in rural Ontario on Algonquin land, and every day after school, I would go play in the woods around me. I would spend endless hours building forts out of pine needles and twigs, climbing trees, exploring tall fields of grass, and watching tiny frogs dart across the pond. I would marvel at the way a rotting log became nutrients and shelter for new life. And I realized that in nature, everything was in flow. Gifts were received, shared, passed on. Everything was interconnected. And so today, with every bite of food, every drop of water, every breath of air, I try and remember just what a precious gift it all is. When Tania and I first met, we knew right away what a gift we would be to each other, because we knew that we moved through this world just a little bit differently than how the world expects us to move. And we knew that our differences and our weirdness were our superpowers, and that our privileges were our responsibilities. It really didn't take long for us to fall in love, decide to do life together, and commit to putting our gifts in motion to build our home, a life, a whole world built around love. The day that we got engaged, we decided to celebrate by going to the library. As we do. We wanted to learn everything that we could about the people who had given us so much so that we could live and love freely. And we wanted to take time to look around us and within us to fully appreciate all that we had been given, and therefore all we had to give. And not just our treasure, but also our time, our talents, our ties. and we reminded ourselves that we have enough. We are enough. For our wedding, instead of physical gifts, we asked our guests to donate to 2 local charities that we knew and loved. Every year, we gift capital to entrepreneurs working on the world's to-do list. And when the pandemic began, we gave what we could to organizations who needed it the most: small businesses, grassroots groups, mutual aid networks. And then a year and a half ago, we moved. We moved from downtown Toronto to a little cove just 30 minutes outside of Halifax here. It's the kind of place where you live with the tides and where you check in on your neighbors before the big storm. We knew on our first day here that we were home.
Today, our love looks like the solar panels that we've installed on our roof to get closer to carbon zero.
It looks like the paid and unpaid time that we give to advance sustainability and equity in the nonprofit and philanthropic sectors.
It's in how we share our home and how we hold space and community for the important conversations.
It's in all the relationships that we build with organizations that we give our resources to, organizations that are challenging our broken systems and offering new ways of organizing.
We're still figuring it all out, but the way I see it, we are a prism. We are transforming whatever that comes our way into a magical rainbow unicorn light. Maybe we're naive, but the more we shine our light out into the world, the more we are discovering that there's actually a multi-dimensional universe of possibilities.
From trust-based philanthropy to gift economies to intergenerational co-housing to mutual aid networks, people are living and giving in new and exciting and creative ways.
We see you, and like you, we are going to keep showing up and choosing love and joy and hope and beauty. We're going to keep offering what we have in abundance, and we're going to keep reminding each other that we have enough. We are enough. And we're going to keep thanking our lucky stars that we have this one shot at this wild and beautiful life, because what a precious gift it all is. And so we invite you to take a moment and reflect. What are your gifts? What are your responsibilities? And what's holding you back from shining your magical rainbow unicorn light? Thank you.
Thank you.